how can one be greater and they be equal?
Question whether Jesus is equal or not with God. In order to understand this concept, one has to understand the relationship between God the Father and Jesus. So welcome guys to my channel. If you are new here, please do subscribe and share with your fellow being, and don't forget to leave your feedback in the comment section. So let's try to learn. Now we see when Jesus healed a lame man on the Sabbath in John chapter 5, and that created problem with Jewish religious leader, and they wanted to persecute Jesus. Therefore, in Jesus' defense, Jesus said to them, "My Father is always at his work to this very day, and I too am working." John chapter 5 verse 17. Only this statement of Jesus raised the Jewish community or leader to anger that they wanted to kill Jesus. Therefore, for this very reason, they tried to kill Jesus, but not for breaking the Sabbath. But that could be another reason to think of it. However, Jesus was calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God. John chapter 5 verse 18. Therefore, the identity of Jesus is main focus to understanding the Christian faith, and Gospel of John has shed or shone much light on it. In fact, the first topic which John addresses in his Gospel is, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." John chapter 1 verse 1. If we look into the Gospel of John, we can see John identifies the Word, Jesus, as with God, but distinct from God the Father in some way. Yet, Jesus, at the same time, Jesus is God. Therefore, Jesus, in the beginning, taking the reader back to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, and Jesus has always been existing as one of the three persons of the Trinity. Now, Jesus' word in John chapter 5, making himself equal with God, were a simple reflection of reality. In John chapter 5, verse 18, the Jewish religious leader wanted to kill Jesus because Jesus was rightly claiming deity and equality with God through this statement. Therefore, I think they were right in accusing Jesus in John chapter 1 verse 1 to 2 and chapter 5 verse 17 or chapter 8 verse 58. The Jews correctly understood when Jesus said, "My Father is always at his work, and I too am working." John chapter 5 verse 17. Just Jesus made himself equal to God. We see that Jesus has spoken of himself as if he, Jesus, and God the Father were on the same level or equal. Now, we also see that Jesus had a special relationship with God the Father, as Jesus said, "My Father," and not "our Father" or "our Father. Now we see that Jews really consider Jesus to be guilty of wickedness in three ways. First, Jesus called God his own Father. Second, Jesus worked in tremendous with God. And third, Jesus asserted the same authority to work on the Sabbath day as God has. I think we should understand now that Jesus accepted the allegation that Jesus claimed deity or claimed divinity and did not correct the Jewish leaders. That was not the only time Jesus laid a claim to deity or divinity. In John chapter 8 verse 58, Jesus claimed to have existed before Abraham, as Abraham lived roughly 2000 years past to Jesus, making the claim the only way Jesus' claim could be true if he is God. Not only that, but Jesus makes the claim by identifying as "I am." This is the same of God spoken to Moses at the burning bush. And I hope you guys like this video. Please do subscribe and share with your fellow being, and don't forget to leave your feedback in the comment section, and many more episodes are coming up.